Welcome to session number 1 of Break the Burnout Challenge. My name is Kelly Diamond. I am a certified mindset coach here to help you break burnout, reclaim your power, and just rise in your business and your life. So if you're all for that, please put some hearts in the comments while I share this with my community, my She Redefines group. And if you're not in the She Redefines community, you definitely need to be in there, because part of this challenge is not just on my main page. It's actually in my community called She Redefines. And so I'm going to share it there. Okay, so we're all shared there. We don't need to worry about that anymore. If you're here, you're exactly where you need to be. You are in the right place to learn some really powerful information that I've learned that helped me break burnout. And I didn't realize what burnout really, really was until really preparing for this challenge, honestly. I knew that something major happened in my life. I had a huge trauma in 2022-ish that caused me to overwork and spin my wheels and do more because I thought it was going to get me to a higher level. I was doing more, but I didn't realize that I was completely burnt out. My soul was depleted. I was completely burned out. I see everyone's on here. Carla, Mary, Tammy, Jesse. Nice to have you guys on here. Well, whether you're live or on the replay, you again are in the right space to learn something. And what I want you to know is that what I really would love for you is just to take one tiny thing that I say, like anything that I say, and apply it, or just contemplate it and think about, incorporating it, because the things that I'm telling you and the stories I'm telling you are real, and they're something that I've experienced, and I can walk you through something I've experienced. And so I'm going to do that today. And I feel called to share this information with you. So if you are not registered, and you are on this live though, and you are not registered, and you didn't give your email and phone number and register, you need to register. Put register in the comments, and I'll get around to you to get the link to register. Because if you register, that gives you the link to the group where the homework and everything is going to be. And I'll tell you the structure of the challenge. But I'll talk to you about just this being a challenge for me in general. Okay. Because do any of you have trouble going live in your business, or just pressing the live? Have you ever gone live ever? Any of my friends? Because you could be my friend, you could be my colleague, you could be like anyone really on the internet right now that I'm going live. So if you can tell me, have you ever gone live? What was your experience? Did you have some fear? Because there is a serious fear, especially going live in front of your friends on your main platform. And I'm on multiple platforms, so I don't even know what platform you're on. So that's that. But I wanted to get this message to more people. Okay. So if you want to share this message, because I'm going to get into some deep stuff, but I do want to let you know how the challenge is going to go. But I needed to drink. That's the thing with lives, you never know if you need one. But when you do go live, okay, and when I've gone live in the past, I've had a ton of haters. Definitely. They were talked about anything from my clothes to my face to my skin to my makeup to my eyebrows to my head shape. Oh, to me being fat, skinny. I mean, I've gotten everything in between. Okay. So, I've really had the worst of when going live. So what could really happen? What really could happen on the other side is I can change someone's life. And the one actual person that needed to see the information and got something out of my story, my crazy stories, my story of almost being killed, my story of being physically and mentally abused, my story of being lied to and being deceived, being sued. Oh yes, I've got some stories for you all. But they have a purpose in helping you understand what burnout is and how it can sneak up on you without you even knowing it. Okay. Have you ever experienced anything that I've said there? If you have, look, there's no judgment on anything you put in these comments. And I would never judge you for anything. There's like, I'm coming from a place of just like positivity and love in everything that I'm sharing with you. Now, how is this challenge going to work? Well, there's going to be 5 live sessions. This is the first one. This is session 1. So you're on session 1. And every other day, we're going to have a live session like this to give you a break, to give you 1 day to do a homework post that I'm going to have that you have to be in the group to participate. And if you participate on the homework post, you'll be put into a raffle that I'm going to have. And I'm not going to tell you the prizes, but it's going to be nice and you're going to want to be in it. So if you need to register, you need to be in the group. But you'll have 5 live sessions. So it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday. Every weekday is at 5 p.m. Pacific, and Sunday is at 9 a.m. So just make sure you're here, make sure you're registered. And I also, this is less of a challenge. I know it says a challenge, but the challenge to you is to make this a one-on-one coaching session, because I wish I had the time to be able to clone myself, or I wish I could clone myself. Besides AI, I wish I could clone myself to be able to be more one-on-one, have the time. So you can take this, my challenge is to make this be your one-on-one coaching with me. Talk to me in the comments, whether I can actually speak to you on live or not. I definitely can connect with you because I'm connecting with you through here. I'm giving you my energy and my love and my stories and my wisdom when it comes to this stuff. So I'm seriously happy to share. So if you haven't registered, put register in the comments, but I want to know if you're ready to go. I need some fire emojis in the comments. I want to feel your energy through this computer, and then we can get ready to go, because I've got pages of notes. And I didn't use AI to write this, okay? I did not. What I did was, this is coming from and flowing from me and from my heart, okay? So give me the fire emojis. I see Rihanna's on here. I see everyone's commenting. I can't read them, but we're going to go. We're going to go right into this. So personal development is like bathing. It's required daily. So I heard that in a course that I'm taking, doing personal development and talking about the importance of personal development in your life. Okay. And it's required daily. Now, just like bathing though, you could go a couple days without taking a bath and not die. I mean, you would be a little funky, and it's the same situation with personal development. But I felt called to share my story about personal development and how important it is. But personal development, do you do any personal development? I want to know in the comments, and I see all your fire. I'm excited to be here with you tonight. But do you do anything for personal development? And if you do, what do you do? What is personal development to you? Because there are different ways of personal development. This video is personal development. You're learning from someone about how to change your life and how to improve your life. And that's something that you're developing yourself. And definitely on this type of call, you're going to learn about not tonight, but next session, we're going to learn about like limiting beliefs and like kicking those to the curb and things and rewiring the way we're thinking. So personal development is so crucial. It's so crucial. And I know a lot of the people that follow me already do a lot of personal development, or they follow me as personal development, but something keeps you grounded, and then something that keeps you becoming a better version of you. So, and I do see some comments in here. Well, I've been a fan of Tony Robbins since cassette tapes. Now that ages me a little bit. Got some good skincare over here, but I would listen to Tony Robbins on cassette. And I did I borrowed my ex's Hour of Power CD that I would crank. I'd have like this CD Walkman, and I'd be walking around hoping my life would get better. Just Tony, help me out. Tony, help me out. And I just remember falling in love with Tony Robbins from that point on. And I had played him on repeat. Then I had a chance to go to a couple of his events. They were virtual events called Unleash the Power Within. I actually got to go twice. Those were life changing. Have you ever been to a live personal development, whether it was virtual or in person? The electricity and the movement of energy in that room is just completely like off the charts. Like there's nothing like it. And it makes you move mountains, man. I remember going to the Tony Robbins conference and I was like, I'm done. I'm quitting my job and I'm getting married, because I had been putting Aaron off for a while and he had been asking me to marry him. And the thought of getting married a third time after I felt I failed multiple times was just like, didn't think it was in the cards. But once you go to a Tony Robbins event, like some things change. So personal development can really make a huge difference. Well, from there, after the Tony Robbins events, Nick Santonastasso, who speaks for Tony Robbins, became my personal coach. And I got to work with him for a whole year. And he is extremely motivating. And so I got like lots of doses of personal development. But after my year with him, something super traumatic happened to me. Extremely traumatic, and that this event that I'll talk to you about maybe in later sessions, but something extremely traumatic happened in 2022 that made me fall off personal development completely. Like I wasn't journaling, reading any books or any of that stuff. I was binge watching Netflix and complaining about my life. That's pretty much what I was doing. And I was blaming everyone else. And I was overworking, trying to make something work that wasn't working. And I was putting all my time, effort, energy, love, and devotion into something that wasn't working. And I was spinning my wheels and I was completely burnt out. I hit literal rock bottom there. And then I was faced with a choice. At that point, I was faced with the choice to either be a victim or to be a victor. Okay. And I could let this take me down or I can let it fuel me. And I decided to double down on personal development. But how I got introduced back to personal development was a little interesting, because in 2024, I invested in a digital marketing course. And some of you have invested in this course as well. That allowed me to get certified as a mindset coach. And so that all just refueled everything. So now I'm also investing in becoming a life coach, and I'm learning so many things. But I'm not only learning so many things, and I did make the choice to be a total victor over here. I also decided to surround myself with like incredible high level people, not just online, but actually in person. I got to go to a retreat. There's something about that when you surround yourself with people who are complaining or telling you you're never going to make it. That internet business, are you still doing that? That kind of thing. Well, those people, or it could even be your someone that's really close to you as well. It really drains your energy and it drains you. So being surrounded by people that are high level, it has skyrocketed me to the most crazy places right now. Like I can't even, I'm going so fast, I can't even keep up with myself. Like what I'm learning and the things I'm unlocking about myself, I'm like, whoa, why did I let that stop me for so long? So many of you might be here. I don't know. Where are you at right now in your journey of personal development? Have you been continuing? I do want to know that, because that if you do invest in yourself and in a coach, or you take the time to do something like this and you actually pay attention and you do it and you do the homework and you put it in, you can condense decades of information into days. So all the stuff that I'm learning, I can download to you with my stories and with my content. So you want to follow, you want to share, you want the next piece. And the next piece will find you when it needs to find you as well. So who wants to beat the burnout? Because that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to help you understand what burnout is. Oh, Kayla, I'm sorry, Carla, not Kayla. Carla, I just saw your name, but I need glasses to see up close. I feel you, girl. I definitely feel you. Okay, let's go into burnout. What is burnout? So it's emotional depletion. So I kind of gave you an idea of something traumatic happened to me, and it's put me into this burnout spiral. You're depleted emotionally, like your soul it feels like you're exhausted, like you're disconnected from yourself. And see, when you have personal development, it helps you reconnect to yourself. Your nervous system is in a constant survival mode. So that's burnout in a nutshell. You can be in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn states of your nervous system as well when you're burnt out. So any type of like meditation or things, it can help calm your nervous system, those practices. But if you're in any one of these states, you have to do something to change the state that you're in if you want to be like, have the energy, be happy, have the confidence, like have the success in your business, have the success in your life, have happiness. It's almost impossible if you're in these types of nervous system states. If you're in fight, and there is no judgment on these states. I think I've been in all of these several times. Okay. So if you're in fight, what it looks like, it's the instinct to confront a perceived threat. And it looks like anger. You're angry. You're irritable. You have controlling behavior. You have an intense focus, and you're defensive. And energetically, you say, if I can just overpower this, I'll be safe. So if you relate to fight, put fight in the comments. If you relate to flight, how it looks is it's the instinct to escape danger. It's anxiety, restlessness, overworking, over-planning, and perfectionism. And if I can just outrun this, I'll be okay. That's what flight is like. So if you're in the flight category, put flight in the comments. Freeze, what that is, it's the instinct to just shut down. And when fight or flight doesn't feel possible, it looks like numbness, you disconnect, you procrastinate, you're tired, and you feel hopelessness. Yeah. And so any of those, if you feel freeze, and fawn is, I don't have it here, but that's people pleasing and going above and beyond to try to make someone else happy. So that's fawn. So if you feel like that might be you, put that in the comments. So what happens when we are in burnout? So you need to know this, okay? What happens to our body? We get into that, we're stuck in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. So when you are burnt out, you're stuck in those modes, okay? You're also getting like an overload of cortisol. And I don't know if you know about cortisol, but it's it's a stress hormone that wreaks havoc on your body. And it's definitely one us ladies don't want, because it helps us to like hold on to unwanted fat. And it disrupts sleep, digestion, immunity. I mean, it runs the gamut. So we don't want cortisol. And I don't know if you've heard of like different cortisol drinks and like drops and things, but cortisol is something we're trying to lower there, because when you're in burnout, that's like super high there. So if you're like really tired and you can't lose weight and you're just like super stressed, like that's probably why you have a lot of cortisol going on there. And then your body doesn't feel safe also when you're burnt out. Like you're not even listening to your own hunger cues, like you're overworking and you're not listening to yourself to rest. And you don't listen to your own intuition because you're stuck in survival. You can only think about surviving. That's it. And then you're also disconnected from joy, like altogether. It makes you feel like, oh my gosh, this one, when I wrote this, it makes you feel like everything is too much, but not enough at the same time. Can you relate to that statement? It makes you feel like everything's too much, but not enough at the same time. So I don't know how we can do this to ourselves, but that's burnout. And it begins with your mindset, but also nervous system practices. So it's both together. So I'm a mindset and nervous system coach. So I'm learning more about like how this all ties together to help you, like if you're like relating to anything that I said there about burnout. Okay. And then most women try to fix burnout with like pushing harder, like I said, and, oh, I'll get a little more organized. I'll set better goals. Does this sound like you at all? So if it does, what causes it is are a few things that we're going to talk about tomorrow. Okay, we're going to talk about these, but it's a buildup of patterns. So it's a buildup of patterns in our life. It's unrealistic expectations that we put on ourselves, society puts us, our friends and family put on us, these unrealistic expectations. So some of the burnout comes from that. Some of the burnout comes from trauma. Like I told you, I have several traumas in my life that we're going to unpack here. So you can see where how that can turn into burnout, because now I'm seeing it. I'm like, whoa, okay. So trauma can lead to it, or like things that happened in your childhood or things that you did to survive or cope. Okay. That could have this burnout surface. Also, if you don't have any boundaries and you don't set proper boundaries and you feel guilty saying no, that can make you be completely burnt out, because you've gotten literally walked all over on. And a lot of people don't want to walk on you. They want you to have boundaries, and it's good for both parties. And then if you're always trying to do extra stuff, so you're numbing any feelings or any emotions, so you'd rather like throw yourself into work. So if you do that, that's going to cause a pattern. Those patterns cause the burnout as well. So today was all about understanding what it is, understanding how important it is to even be here in this room. And it's part of my diamond wealth framework. So wealth is not just money. The financial is part of it, but wouldn't you want time wealth, like a wealth of time? Wouldn't you want spiritual wealth? Wouldn't you like, well, of course you want financial wealth, but there's multiple types of wealth. Financial, there's like a relational wealth, like just to be loved by everyone. There's just so much, there's a ton of different ways that you can be wealthy. And that's part of my framework. And today is one of the R's of my framework, which is reset. Tomorrow we're going to do, rewire is tomorrow, or tomorrow, not tomorrow. We're doing a homework assignment today. You have all through tomorrow to do the homework. If you're on the replay, you have all through tomorrow, all through Tuesday. Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to come back again, and I'm going to help you rewire. So now you understand what it is, but now we're going to understand how we can work through it. And so you do not want to miss Wednesday's live. If you feel like tagging someone or sharing this with someone, if you got something out of this video, I would also love to know in the comments. So I appreciate you guys. And again, if you're not registered for the challenge, you need to be registered. Put register in the comments. Love you, appreciate you, and until we meet again.